Okay, so I was asked about this question here. The height of an infield fly ball hit by Dan in his Thursday evening slow pitch game, where h of t represents meters and t is seconds after it is hit. We're given the formula h of t equals 1.5 plus 30t minus 4.9t squared. A, determine the height of the ball. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually start by rearranging this question here into descending order. So I'm going to rearrange it, simply put, like so. So all that I've done here, it's the exact same equation, I've just switched it around so that we go the squared term followed by the linear term followed by the constant. Now, whenever we're asked to find the max or min, these are very common questions. What do we always want to do? We want to complete the square. Okay, so next what we're going to do here is we're going to get that negative 4.9 away from the t squared. So to do that, we're going to go here, h of t equals negative 4.9 bracket t squared, and then I have plus 30t. I got to factor out negative 4.9 from 30, so we're going to divide that. If you go on your calculator, 30 divided by negative 4.9, you get negative 6.122. Like so, and then t, and then plus 1.5. Like so. Okay, so what's next is we want to take this negative 6.122 here, and we want to divide it by 2 and square it. So just in case you don't recall this, we take negative 6.122, we divide it by 2, and then we square it. Put some brackets here. Which equals BEDMA, so you divide first. So you get negative 3.06 squared, which equals 9.37. Okay, so what you're going to do next here is you're going to add and subtract that inside the brackets. So this is just a basic complete the square question that we're dealing with here. So that gave us 9.371. Oops, that's supposed to go inside the bracket. It keeps doing that to me. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do next here is I want to get that negative 9.371 outside of the bracket. Now, in order to do that, I have to multiply it by negative 4.9. So, it's quite simple. If I multiply negative 4.9 times negative 9.371, it's going to give me a positive. So 4.9 times 9.371, we're going to get, in this case here, 45.918. Okay? That's if we pull that out there. Like so. And now we're ready to clean it up. So the next step here is the bracket becomes the square root of that third term, which we actually discovered earlier. 3.06. So this is in here becomes t minus 3.06 squared, and then 1.5 plus 45.918 equals 47.418. And we're done. Now to finish answering A, we can say thus the maximum height of the ball is 47.418 meters. Okay. And then for B, how long does it take it to reach its maximum height? We're just looking for the axis of symmetry. In other words, the x value of the vertex, 3.06 seconds. And lastly, for C, it says, how high is the ball when it was hit? That's just going to simply be asking us for h of 0. So we need to take a look at the original equation here. And we're just plugging in 0 for t. It's generally just the last term if it's in standard form because the other ones have variables attached to them, but I'll just show you guys the technical step. For a question like this, you wouldn't even have to show your work because it's usually only going to be worth 1 mark. So then this one here equals 1.5. Like so. Initial height of the ball was 1.5 meters. And that's all there is to it. So the hardest part about this question here was just that initial part of completing the square. In general, you're going to get 2 types of questions involving quadratics. You're going to get questions that involve you when will the ball hit the ground. For that, we're going to use the quadratic formula. And questions that like what was the maximum or minimum height. For those, we complete the square. The maximum or minimum is always going to be the y value of your equation once it's in that vertex form. So the y value of the vertex is what I meant to say. And it happens at the x value of the vertex, or the axis of symmetry. So that's right here. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. Thanks.